Okay, so it says, this is a description here. Now, yesterday we went over shifting, right? So hopefully this should be fresh in your mind. So, what's the parent function?
Cube root.
Cube root looks like this, right? Reflected about the x. That means there's a negative, right? Where does the negative go? Inside or outside?
Outside.
Outside. So I'm going to put negative outside. Vertical stretch by a factor of what? 1/2. This is erroneous here. Why? Wait, what does erroneous mean?
It's not clear.
Well, that would be ambiguous. Erroneous means full of errors, so it's wrong. Why? A vertical stretch should be what kind of number? A whole number. This is a fraction. So this should be a vertical what? Compression. My apologies again. Shame on me. It's -2 for me today. So it's vertical compression by a factor of 1/2. So that means, if it's vertical, is that inside or outside? It's outside. And you're going to multiply by what? 1/2. And now it says horizontal compression by what? Factor of 3. But again, it should be what? Yeah. It should be a horizontal what? Stretch. Why? It's a whole number. So horizontal means what? Inside or outside? So it's inside. And a stretch means what? Oh, sorry. And then if you do the inside, you multiply by the reciprocal. Times the reciprocal of what? Of 3. What's the reciprocal of 3? Third. And, oops, sorry. And finally, vertical shift up 4. What does that mean? Vertical is inside or outside? Outside. And then shift up 4 means what? Plus what? Plus 4. Questions? What does that mean? That's a good question. What does that mean? Outside x half. What does that mean? What does that mean, folks? Outside x half. You guys see? Right. So here, because it's vertical, it's outside, and then it's a factor, so that means it's times. X means times. It's not x, it's times. Okay? And then by 1/2. So the outside is being multiplied by 1/2. Okay? And now we just fill it in. And what do we get? So f of x is, what do we got? What is it? What kind of function? It's the cube root. Okay, now what? What else do I know?
Shouldn't you have negative 1/2 in the front?
Yeah, we should. I was going to do it slowly, but that's cool. So I have a negative on the outside, true?
Yeah.
Alright, now what? What else?
Outside times 1/2.
So times 1/2 here. Question so far? Next, what's the next criteria? What does that mean here? So horizontal, you do the reciprocal, right? And so the reciprocal of 3 was what? So what does that mean? 1/3 on the inside, right? And lastly, what was the last piece here? It's plus 4 here. There we go. And now, this is a good opportunity to look at the scoring rubric here. It says +1 for each attribute correctly written in the function. So how many attributes were there? 5. So this is worth 5 points. Okay. And finally, make a sketch. So the sketch is pretty easy. The cube root looks like what? He looks like the swimmer. Okay. And then what's the only thing that's kind of different about him? There you go, up 4. So he's not gonna be at 0, he's gonna be at where? At 4. So he's gonna be going this way. What else do I do to him? I reflect it over which axis? The x-axis. So when you flip it over the x, that means you're flipping it which way? Sideways. So if I'm flipping over the y, I turn this way. If I flip over the x, I turn this way, right? So if I flip him over the x, what happens? He basically is going to like flip upside down. So this arm will go like this, and this arm will go this way here. And then we just fill it in. Now, some people might have questions. What about this horizontal, vertical compression and horizontal stretch, right? And remember what we talked about in the beginning of the year? You can't see those. Like, you need a calculator, and it's very difficult. So in this problem, we're just going to sketch them out, okay? So what you would do, if you go here, you go to 4, and it's going which way? It's like kind of like going like a sideways cubic. And that's basically all a cube root is. There you go. That's fine. So, and if you look at the scoring guide, this is what I'm looking for here. The only thing I can get you on are the three criteria. Look, I can easily tell if you didn't reflect it, right? Why? Which way would it be going? Yeah, it'd be going like the other way, right? That's easy to tell, okay? I can also tell if the center is not at the right point, in this case 0, 4, i.e., I can tell if it's up here. If you left it down here, or let's just say you thought it was 4 this way, right? That's going to be wrong. See? That's what I'm looking for. And lastly here, if you give me the wrong parent function. Okay? That's what I'm going to grade you on. Yay! I got a ball! Hooray! How was that? Maybe we need more practice, huh? Probably. All right.